arrived. Disruptors have assembled.
That's a scene from Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery featuring a star-studded cast on a luxurious Greek island. The Netflix film had its world premiere at the Toronto International Film Festival back in September. It's in theaters now briefly, and then you'll be able to stream it next month. CBC's Eli Glasner joins us now with his review. It looks absolutely ridiculous, which I'm happy about. But tell us, first of all, is Knives Out related to the earlier one?
Yeah, I mean, yes and no. The connecting tissue here is our favorite Southern detective, Benoit Blanc, as played so deliciously by Daniel Craig. So the detective is back, but everything else has changed. An entire new setting, as you can see, cast of characters, and also what's changed, this really feels a little more recent. In fact, it's set during the height of the pandemic, 2020, when a billionaire named Miles Braun, played by Ed Norton there, invites his famous friends. Take a look.
My dear friends, my beautiful disruptors, my closest inner circle.
We could all use a moment of normalcy, and so you are cordially invited
for a long weekend on my private island,
where we will celebrate the bonds that connect us, and I hope your puzzle-solving skills are whetted.
Because you will also be competing to solve the mystery
of my murder.
Interesting. Let's break down that guest list. Quite the collection of actors. Kathryn Hahn, we love her. Hilarious. Now playing a very interesting, somewhat environmentally friendly politician working for the U.S. Senate. And then you have, you may have noticed, Kate Hudson. There she is. Don't get to see her on the big screen that much these days, but she's playing a pop star who's very good at canceling herself. Dave Bautista there as an alpha male influencer. Leslie Odom Jr. as Miles, a brilliant engineer, one of Miles' best employees. And speaking of ex-employees, Janelle Monáe, the one and only, playing an ex-business partner named Andy. And of course, everyone's favorite detective there, who wasn't really on the guest list, but somehow shows up at this island. Curiouser and curiouser. Let's take a look at the host as he explains.
I've invited you all to my island.
Hi!
Because tonight, a murder will be committed. My murder.
Once you're dead, will we still be able to talk to you?
Yeah, I'm not playing dead the whole weekend, dude.
Well, this is truly delightful.
Truly is. Let me give you a little Easter egg to look forward to, Andrew. When the movie begins, we see Detective Blanc, and of course, it's the pandemic, so he's starving for intellectual nourishment. You see him in a bubble bath, zooming with some friends, complaining about his predicament. You look on that screen, you're going to see, I believe, Angela Lansbury and Stephen Sondheim. Not too shabby, Detective.
Okay, so sequels are hard. How does Glass Onion do?
You know, it's interesting. You compare this to the original. Knives Out, the first, was hilarious, but it did feel like an R-rated game of Clue, right? All these different suspects in their drawing rooms, wearing their sweaters, puffing their pipes. The vibe for this is entirely different. You've got these media-savvy, hyper-aware people all gathering on this island, and some great performances. As I mentioned, Kate Hudson is hilarious as this pampered and problematic pop star. Kathryn Hahn, very fun as a wine-guzzling politician. Dave Bautista as this testosterone-injected influencer. And then it's interesting to look at Daniel Craig. Now, I've heard some people complain that that southern fried accent he had in the first installment was a little too heavy, maybe, on that bourbon kind of sound, you know, deep southern drawl. He's dialed down the drawl, but if anything, Craig is having more fun this time playing the detective. Take a look. It's a fun little scene where Andy asks him about everyone's favorite board game.
You must be really great at Clue, huh?
I'm very bad at dumb things. Ticking boxes, running around, searching all the rooms. It's just a terrible, terrible game.
Now, I can't really explain what makes Glass Onion so beautifully constructed without breaking it like one of those puzzles. So instead, I want to focus on one of the characters, and that is Miles Braun, played by Edward Norton. This guy is a builder. He is a billionaire. He's the kind of person who flies a shiny sports car to his private island that has no roads. He has his own social media company, his own news channel, and he's working on a new energy source. And I think, Andrew, it's so appropriate as Elon Musk has become Twitter's new main character. The insight of Rian Johnson, the director and writer that wrote this character years ago and understands how we genuflect to these men with power and money, how we put these tech titans on pedestals, and sometimes those statues are a little hollow inside. That kind of prescient characterization is what gives this onion its added bite. 4 stars out of 5.
Wow, that is a high rating for a sequel from you, Eli. Thank you, Eli Glasner in Toronto.